Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parr, editor in chief of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. It's Monday, y'all. It's the start of a new week, and I have one of my amazing contributing writers here taking center stage with me on the Own It magazine and publishing platform with Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine, our number one fitness magazine, health and wellness on the Own It platform. So let me go ahead and bring her on in. Hey, good morning, Teresa.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
I'm so excited. I'm always excited to take center stage with you, Teresa. So please just take a moment to share with everyone who you are, where you're from, and just a little bit of your background and what you do.
Sure. I'm Teresa Palmer, and I'm a nurse practitioner, or advanced nurse, as it's called in some places. And my expertise is holistic cardiology. And by that, I mean that I bridge the gap between Eastern and Western medicine. So I practice traditional medicine, traditional Western medicine, I should say, in cardiology, but I also bridge that with Eastern practices, some Eastern spirituality, some Eastern traditions. Excuse me, because I believe there's always something you can do to help yourself. And often in Western medicine, we're not really taught that. We're kind of taught to depend more on the provider, which there's things that you need a provider for, but there's also things we could do to help ourselves. And that's what I do. I help people work on their inner landscape, and that's changing internally perceptions, beliefs, how they look at certain things in order to give them a more heartfelt perspective on things and to partner with their heart for not only good health but total well-being. I currently reside in Alabama, and I'm hoping that's not too much longer. No offense against Alabama, but I prefer a beach. So, and I guess that's all about me.
Thank you so much, Teresa. And again, it's always just so nice to just take center stage with you. And you've taught me so much, even
Uh,
with the topic of, today, which is, our daily rituals, that can help us to, just kind of have that sense of peace and that sense of clarity when we're caught up in that hamster wheel of just life and we're, go, go, go. You got, work and family and school and side hustles and all these different things. And yes, everything's so great, but a lot of times it seems very just chaotic, right? It's just life's chaos. So let's talk about, some of those rituals, because I know for me, I am I'm very very high energy. I'm always go 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 go, and to find that peace and clarity, because sometimes you do need to just kind of slow down. I've learned, I mean, even from you, to breathe, okay, to take that pause and breathe. But I've learned to to do a lot of scheduling. Like that's what I've really put into my daily ritual, and being consistent with whatever that ritual is so vital. So, Teresa, share with us, some of your daily rituals that you do to help you to remain, just peaceful and have that clarity as you're just kind of, moving through your day and just through life.
Okay. I think everybody has different things that they like to do. The important thing is to do what you enjoy and to find time to do something that you enjoy every single day, regardless of how little or how much time you have. And what I do, it's pretty simple. I do a routine that includes 15 minutes of a simple yoga practice and about 15 minutes of meditation. And by meditation, I mean sitting quietly, going inward, and not focusing on anything in particular. If I have trouble focusing, staying in the meditation, I will focus on my breath. But it's interesting because the problem, it wasn't a problem, but it's now resolved. But over the past couple of months, I was having a racing heart.
Hmm.
And I had a cardiology evaluation, which everything turned out well. It was noted on the heart monitor that I had for 30 days that my heart would speed up and slow down, but it wasn't anything that was dangerous.
Hmm.
And in talking with the cardiologist, he said, maybe something's going on. Maybe you're stressed, maybe this. And I said, no, I do my same routine every morning. This, I've been doing it for 25 years.
Yeah.
But when I sat down and really thought about it, something had changed. It was hot here. I wanted to play pickleball like I do most mornings. And we were starting earlier in the morning, which meant that I was missing my morning routine.
Right.
So I wasn't being centered. And until I really realized that piece, it was actually my heart telling me to get back into being centered, get back into what you were doing. I got back in my routine of yoga and meditation. And guess what? My racing heart
Turns
stopped.
out.
I haven't
Right.
had any further problem with it. So I think that when we don't pay attention to ourselves, we miss out on the signs. And
Right.
then we have to get another sign. So it's like you keep getting head on the head with something until something finally falls on you.
Right.
Realize that something's going on and has to change.
Right.
So we could avoid that by spending time with ourselves each day and doing something that we really like. And although
And
I like pickleball, my body needed the yoga and the meditation also.
right. And it's so amazing how that change, you making that change of kind of taking that away for a minute, right? Because you're doing the pickleball, your body was telling you, "Hey, but I need that. I need that."
Yep.
So when you get into that ritual and that habit of, your morning habits and that, you're going to know, like, when you start to fall off and things start to get a little hard, or like you said, like you had that racing heart, um your body tells you. Your body tells you, and you have to get right back on it. And I think when you do find something that you love, it's not hard because you love it. I love getting up and doing a lot of the, exercising and things, and I enjoy it, I think, a little bit more now because of coming out of an injury too, because I had to kind of, change that routine. I couldn't do as much, but I still kept doing, even if I couldn't do as much, I still kept waking up at the same time. I still do that. I wake up at the same time every day. I do, the prayer, the meditation, the stretching, and if I do miss some of that, my body will tell me, or even my heart sometimes, because I'm getting very conscious and aware of my heart these days. So and again, that's the company that you keep, right? You learn from people when you hear them talking about things like that. So that's really really amazing how that happens. So let's talk about, just, with the, um what was I going to say, with, some of the different exercises and like different things that you do. Can you maybe walk us through, something that someone can do to just kind of find that peace and that clarity? Maybe some, just kind of a daily, something that they could add to their daily ritual. Can you maybe share something with us that they can maybe add to their daily ritual?
Sure. A lot depends on whether you like to just be in quiet and solitude by yourself, perhaps in your house, or maybe sitting on a porch or something like that. Or do you like to be active and do something? So the first thing you need to do is determine, am I a person that wants to sit quietly, or am I a person that wants to do something more active? If you want to sit quietly, then I would recommend just the meditation, following your breath, breathing into the count of 8, holding it, and then exhaling through your mouth. And that's a very centering and very calming thing because your heart is connected to your vagus nerve. So when you breathe, you connect to your vagus nerve, you connect to your heart, and it turns off the stress hormones. So for anyone, I would ask them to be conscious of their breathing, how they breathe, taking that deep breath, pausing, and then exhaling slowly. If you're a person that likes some movement, there's things like yoga, and there's many different yoga styles. A lot of them are online. You could do just a basic standing. Um, Balancing on one foot if you'd like. There's something that's called child's prayer where you sit back on your knees, and that's a heart opening type of yoga practice. Again, these could be found online. They're a little difficult to explain. Perhaps you like aerobics, perhaps you like to run in the morning, walk. Walking is one of the best things you could do because almost everybody could walk. It doesn't take a lot of skill. Running takes a little bit more skill, and you need to be in better shape to run. And running's also harder on the joints. But if you walk, just walk with intention of being aware of everything that's around you, not focusing on, I have to do the grocery shopping, I have to do this, I have to do that, just focusing on the here and now. You could also do that with weightlifting. Some people like to lift weights, some people like a treadmill. So a lot depends on what you yourself really like to do. There's also painting, there's reading. So there's any number of things. Um, really, even if you look at it, you could even use your phone and even things like scrolling the internet or checking your email. You could also make that a ritual
Yeah.
because instead of just mindlessly scrolling down, what you're doing is maybe looking for something in particular. But I had learned a lesson, and I don't even remember where I learned it, was that to be creative first yourself, and then do things like your email and social media. So I would recommend before anybody starts scrolling, starts doing anything online, to start with yourself first. And I think that's the most important thing, that we start with ourselves. What do we like to do? What inspires us, what makes us creative, what are we passionate about, and start with that and then move on to the other things.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, don't get caught up in the scrolling. Like you said, I mean, honestly, I take now 15 minutes a day where I will just do that, just scroll through and just whatever that is. But everything else is all in the schedule. And that has really kept me very productive, because you'll get so lost in what's going on, what everybody else is doing, this, that, and the other. And it can get kind of frustrating when you sit back and you're like, man, like, how long did I spend? And take a look at what your phone says your usage is. You'll be very surprised, at what your usage is sometimes if you're not paying attention to that. So I really say, with, a lot of your daily rituals, just make sure you just put it on a schedule and stay on that schedule. If you do gear away from it, that's okay. Don't give yourself grace, but just get right back on it and stay consistent with it. So then you continue to have those long lasting results with those daily rituals. So, Teresa, it's Monday. Everybody's starting their week. Some people are dragging in. Some are ready to go. I know I'm ready to go. I'm ready to, just make some magic this week and really help people to elevate their mind, their body, their spirit. Release that weight that's really, hindering them from getting themselves to that place of purpose. So what's some words of wisdom, words of encouragement that you can give our audience today, as they start their week and move into this new month, because tomorrow is July. Can you believe it? We are already halfway through the
Through the
doggone year. That is so crazy. Pay
yeah,
attention, y'all. Pay attention.
I think the important thing is that we really need to pay attention in the present moment, because when we feel that life is moving so quickly, yes, I think it is, but at the same time, I think it's because we don't savor the moment. We don't concentrate when you get up in the morning. I think the best thing to do is really approach it as you have a chance to start all over again. And start it with something that you enjoy, even if you have to go to work or you have to do something. I understand people have responsibilities, and some people have a lot of responsibilities that maybe they can't get out of, and they really have a limited time. But say you enjoy reading in the morning. Well, get up a few minutes early, read a little bit, and then go about your day. If you enjoy painting, if you enjoy taking a walk, if you enjoy sitting on your porch, any of those things, put yourself first. Take care of yourself first, because if you don't, you can't drink from an empty well. And if you burn out, then you can't be there for others, and you certainly can't be productive. So what I would do is if you have to, schedule it every morning, that this is me time, and do something that you really enjoy, even if it's for 5 minutes. If you can't spend a lot of time because you're so heavily scheduled, then at least spend 5 minutes. The second thing I would tell people is to really look at your schedule, because a lot of time we schedule ourselves not to spend time with ourselves, because we're kind of told by others you have to be busy, even at work. If you take a break, you're not being busy. But that's not really being productive. That's just really doing busy work, and it
Mhm.
keeps us away from ourselves. So, again, look at your schedule. Do you really need to be that booked? Is there some time in that schedule that, again, you could use for yourself, or you could change things around so that maybe you get through earlier at the end of the day or whatever? Because we miss that important piece of spending time with ourselves, getting to know ourselves. And if we don't know who we are and what we need, we can't take care of ourselves. And if we can't take care of ourselves, we certainly can't take care of others.
That's right.
So that's my advice for people.
That's right. Look, book time for you. Book time for you. Put it on your schedule. Look, even if it's to take time to like steep a cup of tea, give yourself some love, right? And it doesn't take long. And you could add that into your schedule. I mean, this has been a game changer for me. And I have to give a shout out to Revelation of Nature, Melissa, for over there, because I start my day out with herbs, herbal tea, some type, some blend every single day, and it takes 5 minutes. I mean, like Teresa said, you can take 5 minutes for yourself. It takes 5 minutes to make this, and I feel good. I feel so good going into the day because I did that for myself. I feel the energy, and it just feels good to just do something for yourself. So, absolutely, just stop, be present, enjoy the moments in life, enjoy, stop and smell the roses. Right? I mean, because that's what people don't do. They don't stop and, stop and smell the roses, stop and listen to the birds, and just be present and enjoy life. I think that's what really is going to help us to be very peaceful and have a lot of clarity in life. So, Teresa, I want to thank you so much for joining me this morning on this
Oh,
Mental
thank you.
Monday. Please share with the audience how they can get in touch with you, and also you have a couple of products that you can share as well. You've got a couple of books, so please share with them the books and services that you provide and how they can connect with you.
Okay. First off, I have one book, the other book I'm writing, but my book is called Heal Your Heart from Within. And in it, I share all the information, all the knowledge, and all the tools that you need in order to be in partnership with your heart, in order to help yourself. And that's regardless of any situation or any medical condition that you may have. And the second thing is, my website is being updated, and so that's going to be coming over the next few weeks. And with that, I'm going to be giving away a really good free gift. It's a PDF on what is heart consciousness, self awareness, how to think with your heart in conjunction with thinking with your brain. And right now, I could be reached on Instagram at well_being_gal.com. I'm sorry, at well_being_gal. I could also be reached on Facebook. I have a Facebook page. My public page is Teresa Palmer. My business page is Taking Heart Health to the Next Level. So those would be the ways right now. I'll give you my website right now. It's www.wellbeinggal, all one word.com. It will be available under, I think, Teresa Palmer or teresaannpalmer.com, but that is coming. I'm trying to get all my social media and everything under one umbrella. But my book is available. It was published by Balboa Press, which is the sister company to Hay House. And it's available on balboapress.com, amazon.com, barnesandnoble.com, and booksamillion.com.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you, Teresa. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. You can also see Teresa in Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine monthly and also in Own It magazine,
Meg.
our parent magazine, as well, monthly. So definitely tap in, get your subscriptions to both those magazines so you can see some of her amazing content as well as some of the awesome and amazing content from some of the other contributing writers that are on both the magazine teams, because they're all over the place, y'all, and they're doing such amazing work out there. So if you would like to be featured in Phoenix Fitness Fanatics, definitely go to Phoenix Fitness Fanatics mag2021.com and you can get the information there. And you can also reach out to me at Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine at gmail.com. Have an amazing day, an amazing week, and an awesome, awesome month ahead. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.